Hi YouTuber, today I'm working on a Hyundai XG 350. Cause this car came in have a leak of antifreeze. Okay, it's a 2005. So what happened when you put water, the water is running out. As soon as you put in the water, it's running out right away. And what happened? The water, the antifreeze, is leaking onto the transmission. So it was a bit of work to find what the problem really was. Okay, because in that situation, you really have to check and make sure that you don't want to lose stuff that is unnecessary and you have to do double work, because this is a compact car which you can see it's wire everywhere. So to get to that source and you don't really know what it is, you have best to take the extra time to locate the problem. Okay, my first initial when I see the water is dropping on the transmission, I thought was maybe the intake gasket or the thermostat housing. For the investigation, I removed some wires to the water pump, because what happened, the water pump connected direct to the housing of the thermostat. Okay, and this housing has a bracket that connects to the two heads, which give the head water to cool down the piston. Okay, so when you throw the water in the radiator, the water is running out on the transmission. So well, the conclusion was, when I clear some wire here to get a little hole to see down there, I can see the water physically coming out from the water pump. So basically what happened, the water coming out from the water pump and it's running along the engine, the block of the engine, and it's coming out to on the transmission, because that's the only way for it to run out too, because this side is blocked. Okay, so now to do a job like this, you have to go in the timing belt. You have to take out the timing belt, because the timing belt is running the water pump, and the water pump is running on the timing belt. So this is your timing belt here, and this is your water pump. So your timing belt is going to be turning this pulley here to give the pressure. There's a coupler inside that which forces the water through the engine. Okay, so that's how it works. So now the first thing that you have to do when you have a job like this, now we have to go dismantle the timing belt. So first thing that before we take out the timing belt, the best way I recommend that you do this is to time up the engine. Put the engine in the timing that it's supposed to be, so you're gonna have less work when you come back to put the belt back. Okay, for in this case the belt is good, so we're gonna reuse back the belt. The customer don't want to spend too much money to fix this car, because it's an old car. Okay, and this is your gasket here, which goes on the water pump, and the o-ring goes on the pipe that comes across to the housing of the thermostat. Okay, so and there's a little trick that I want to show you, that things you have to take out to get to the water pump, and something that might give you a hard time to take it out. But so this is what we call a bracket. This bracket that bolted on the engine, and the timing belt is run through of this bracket. It is very close in there, so when you release this bolt, you cannot get the bolt cannot comes out, because it's too close to the wall. So the best thing for this case, you release the bolt and try to push them slowly as they're pulling up the mount at the same time, the bracket. Okay, so that way you could make it easy to pass through there, because it's very tight there to just pull it up like that or go down. It's not going to go down. The easiest way is to bring it up. Okay, and this is the mount. This is what all of the engine. Okay, that's the color engine mount. Okay, so now we go ahead to continue the job. You'll have to remove your alternator, and you have to be careful with your crank sensor, because your crank sensor is what basically giving the signal for the timing and the cam sensor, because the wire run through the timing cover, and you have to be careful not to cut those wire or damage them in any case. So that's like something you have to look out for. Okay. And the next tip, that when you do a timing belt, before you put back the covers, it's best that when you put back your belt, that you spin the engine 360 degrees, line it up back, make sure that everything's good, the engine can turn freely, just in case that something went wrong and the engine jam, what have you, you're gonna damage your timing belt. Okay. Next trick, because this is a twin cam, but you have two camshafts on each head, because it's a V6. Okay. So what you're gonna do, for me, what I use 4 tie wraps, because you have pressure on the what you call the camshaft here. Okay, the pulley here. So when you try to line it up with the mic, it might pull one side or it might go the other side. It's not gonna stay stationary because there's a lot of pressure from the valve, from the lifters, so it's gonna keep moving. So when you line up one, you take your tie wrap and you put it through, you locked it. Line up the other one, you push your tie wrap through, you locked it, and you do that for the 4 of the pulley. So when you finish that, then you're gonna loose your tensioner, and then, like I said, you recheck your timing, make sure your timing is not off, because something would happen, you could off a teeth, you could off one teeth. So if it's off, you have to redo everything until you get it right, because you don't want even one teeth, you don't want to be off of your timing, because it's gonna cause you a lot of problem when the car is running. It's gonna be shaking, you're gonna lose power, and you don't want to go back there to do all that work. So it's best you do it right the first time. Okay. So that's the trick and tip of changing a water pump. Okay. So subscribe to my channel and like, and look out for more interesting video. And I hope that I can help you to take on a job like this, and see you in the future. Okay, bye.